What is Stacy doing? Stacy is something special, man. I tell you, something special. Hey, it's your girl KV back with finally another review for Real Housewives of Potomac. I forgot to click out. Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. I was late doing the review because I was thrown off by it not being a show because of the holidays, even though that didn't come till after I was anticipating it, because I was like, oh, I could just do it together because this episode wasn't a whole lot. And then once I realized there wasn't going to be a new episode, I was like, well, do I need to review this episode? Because it's going to be old by the time the new stuff come out. And then Sharice did the interview with Carlos King. And I said, okay, cool. We'll mesh those together. Okay, so we're going to start Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 12, Potomac and Ponies and Problems. Y'all, I intended to get this done, especially since I've been working from home for the past week and some change for the holidays. But I be clocking out, going right across the hall and going to sleep. Going to sleep, honey. So, yeah, ain't no reviews been done. After this, later on, I intend to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. I intend to do that one. And then we're just gonna, throw it up in 2026. Hope it bursts into all types of sparklies on this dear second day of the month and year. And yeah. We pick up on this episode where we left off on the last one, with them pretty much interrogating Angel about being evicted. Okay, she's explaining herself, but it's a very roundabout way, because it's given she's not trying to break the fourth wall, whereas they don't care. Girl, you got the house just to film. And that, like I said, ain't no problem with that, but they just, being a mean girl gang up. I wasn't evicted, home girl. It wasn't even like that. I said, home girl. Asking about work, please respond so that I can provide upper management with an answer. They ain't asked me nothing, because I do my work. Y'all, they have been threatening some fake folks going to the office because they ain't been working. And I'm like, they don't work in the office. Why you thought they was going to do at least that? You know it was going to do worse once they got home if they don't get it in the office. These folks be asking the same question 5 times a day in the chat. I just be like, yo, it's crazy. So anyway, Ashley is the one that's like, so did she move here for the show? And Angel in her confessional gonna say, y'all think I came here all the way here to hang out with Ashley, Giselle, and Wendy? As far up Giselle's bum as you are, yes, you thought that you could shower her with compliments and gifts and, oh, big sis her, big sister Jizzy, and it didn't work. You didn't get your desired intended outcome. And you looking foolish now. You thought the kissing up with Giselle was gonna get you somewhere. You did get here. You was probably gonna move home eventually anyway. He's finally retired. Y'all got the money to have houses in both places, so it was probably on the list of things to do anyway, but the show probably sped it up a bit. I could definitely see that. I sure hope. Oh, D&D. Let's put this on D&D. I don't think I had no alarm to go off at this time. Oh, I might have a 12:30 alarm. I definitely. It's too late to turn it off. It's too late. Let's see if I can turn it off on my iPad. Clock. Alarms. It's too late. Let's see. It's gonna do what it do, baby. Where we at? Angel is still moping around. This next little stuff is a little out of order, but what else? Angel is still moping around, y'all. She talking about how they coming for her and she feels attacked. And I'm like, I don't think attack is a strong word, but yeah, they coming for you a bit because you're an easy target, and that doesn't make it right. But you're being such an easy target right now, Angel. G is in the after show gonna say, well, it started off as a joke, you know? It started off as a joke. And I'm glad that Tia was like, no, but that's mean. No, that's a mean joke. Even if it was a joke, that's mean. I'm like, thank you, because don't nobody be trying to hold her accountable. So, claps for Tia. And now she's mad at Ashley for saying it. But I'm like, Giselle said it too. They both said that you was moving here for a storyline and said that you was evicted, right? But we know that she's gonna, you know, be legally blind to anything that Giselle says bad about her, girl. Just legally blind. But she's just hoping that the Colorado trip goes good because she just don't know how to feel right now. They over there like, girl, you ain't finna play with us. You ain't finna, we playing little games. They got the little giddy up game. Yeah, they was doing the giddy up pony. Stacey at the, I was like, what is Stacey doing? So, they're like, girl, you ain't finna play with us. You ain't finna get in on some fun. And she just like, how am I supposed to go to having fun with y'all after y'all just attacked me like that? And I'm like, that's the nature of this show. You be about to choke the living daylights out of them. And then 10, 20 minutes, y'all clanking glasses and slapping five, if only for the night. Because in the morning, y'all going to be back at it. But at least you know how to have fun when it's time to have fun. And I get it. She's new to the group, but I would think she has that real connection to Kiana, and that would at least be able to see some fun coming out of her. But Kiana don't even be seeming like that much fun, no way. She be yelling, she always angry, she always doing the most. So I guess Angel just was designed to fail. She was designed to fail because Kiana ain't even somebody fun who can bring the fun out of Angel to make people at least be like, she annoying, but she fun. You know what I mean? Because that's Ashley's past. She's annoying. She talk too much. But anytime they hang out with her, they say they have a good time. So, y'all hear my child. They are out of school for so long. Lord Jesus. Malia, go party. Okay. She hope everything go good when she take them to Colorado. I'm guessing the next week because this is 4th of July. This they 4th of July party. Timo, let me just slip this in because I'm not gonna talk about this scene later. Why Stacey gonna ask Timo, do she need a bigger booty? I said, now why is you gaslighting this man? You know good and well this white German straight-laced man don't want you to have no big old donkey booty like these girls you hanging out with. You need to stop playing with him. He like it flat just like you got it, girl. Timo only stayed at that party for 32 minutes. We saw where they walked in. And they was kind of standing, well, he was kind of standing off to the side for a while. He walked on over to Eddie and Wendy, introduced to them, and then Stacey was like, all right, I'm gonna walk him out. And they were like, walk him out. He just got here. Honey cracking me up. Stacey and this potato salad. Remember they was trying to clown her about the potato salad. So she brings her potato salad. It look regular. You know, somebody said, look like she bought it from the store and just sprinkled some just sprinkle some paprika on it. I said, hey, that might have been for the best. But whether she made it or not, the world may never know. So she's trying to give Wendy and Eddie's daughter Cam some of it. And she gives, you know, whoever she was making a plate for, she had like a regular styrofoam plate. And then she picks up, she was like, I'm going to get you a special plate. First she was about to say little plate. And she was like, I'm going to get you a special plate. And it's American flag plate. Cam said, is that a Donald Trump plate? I screamed. This was such a polarizing comment online, and I knew it would because I knew Some people was gonna think it was hilarious and be like, that's right, girl, we ain't fooling with that. And some people was gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is Wendy and Eddie over there teaching the children? They're teaching them to be racist and they're teaching them to hate their government. You know how the people get. So I was just like, oh, I know we finna hear it on both sides. And hear it we did, but it got a cackle out of me. And on the last episode, they showed us showed us where I think Cam made a comment about the potato salad, like, what's that? And Aura blah blah was like, it's good. So we see them sitting at the table. Cam tried a potato salad. And Stacey's like, how's the potato salad? You like the potato salad? And Cam's like, yeah. And then she looks at Wendy and she's like, Wendy busts out laughing. She looked at Wendy and was like, I do good, mama. Do I get my treat? Say the potato salad good and I give you a treat. She said, I want my treat. I say the potato salad get it. I don't want a treat. That would have been Aiden. Say hi to Mama Joyce so I can give you a treat. I don't want a treat. Oh, child, that will forever crack me up. That is embedded in my brain. Because Aiden was so serious. He would not take his eyes off of Mama Joyce. Like, he just knew she was going to pinch him as soon as he turned his head. And he was not for the nonsense. He wouldn't even say hey to that lady. I don't want a treat. Okay, back to the episode. So they at the table and they try to get Eddie to eat the potato salad. He's like, oh, my plate full. She's like, girl, try some of Cam's. Cam's got plenty. He gets a small little bite and tries it. And they just poking fun at her and her potato salad. So they're doing their little field day games. Sharice is there. We see her in some lingerie top. It didn't look good on her, no way. And then for her to have it out as an outfit at a family 4th of July celebration, I was just like, Sharice, you looking cheap. You got money. Why are you looking cheap like this? It was not cute. So they playing their games. Her and Giselle are partners. They do the 3-legged race. They fall. Sharice made her fall. Her son gets there. And she's like, Ashley, you see who's here? You see who's here, Ashley? Look who's here, Ashley. And Ashley's like blushing. Hi. Hi. We get what he call it? A flash sideways. We get a flash side where 2 weeks prior, Ashley, Giselle, and Sharice are out for lunch. And Ashley confesses to them that she kissed Jackson. Remember a couple of seasons ago when Sharice had that crab boil where they was sprinkling the seasoning on top of the already cooked crab? I will never forget that because I was appalled. And I'm not even from a seafood place. I am landlocked, baby. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. But my mama used to love her some crab legs. And we used to have this grocery store called Schnucks. And they used to have sales on the crab legs. And they had 3 different flavors. And they would steam it for you, or you can get it, you know, to cook it and steam it yourself at home. But baby, my mama used to get them just steamed, and I used to see them making it. Baby, they was about putting the whole jar of seasoning in the water. So I already know what's up when it comes to crab legs. So when I saw them at Sharice's house and they was sprinkling, whoever the caterer was, sprinkling that season on top of already cooked crabs, I said, oh. And they said something about it too. They were like, these ain't Maryland crabs. They said these Baltimore crabs or something like that. It was like, it's all right, but it need a little something. Okay, it need a little something. But look at me getting off on these tangents that I get off on. At that crab bowl at Sharice's, Ashley says she got drunk. You know, she got wasted. And Jackson ended up driving her home. Mind you, they're 10 years apart. At current day, she's 27. I mean, he's 27. She's 37. So at that point, probably 25, 35. So remember, we saw Jackson going outside to get the ladies with the umbrella and stuff because it was raining. So she said she had him drive her home. Wendy wig be right on top of her eyebrow. If he blowing me. If he blowing me, them jumps be right on top of her eyebrow. So when he walked her in the house, she was reaching for her keys and he grabs her in and kisses her. It was exactly what she needed. You know, they shared a smooch. How would you feel about that, Sharice? Sharice just sitting there grinning, just skinning and grinning, and I'm like, are you here? Like, are you present? Like, how many glasses of champagne in was Sharice when Ashley told her this story? Because it just, her reaction just felt so muted, and we'll get to that when we talk about her interview. Timo's on deck, y'all. I already know the vibes. I already know the vibes. So Ashley's talking about this in the confessional at first, and then she ends up saying something to a group because the way the scene is set up looks like she's whispering to one person, and a few other people hear it, so they all get to commenting. So they're like, what? They're disgusted. Everybody is disgusted except for Tia. Y'all know Tia want to smash Ashley, so she's just like, oh my gosh, if my son, you know, smashed Ashley, I'd be like, oh, get it, boy. Ashley's a cutie. She's cute. Tia want Ashley to be her first real bad. Every time she talks about Ashley, she tells us that. Kay in the confessional said, ain't nobody safe around Ashley. Hide your coochies, hide your young sons, hide your old sons, and hide your daddies. I said, boy, I'm weak. Because the fact that she started with hide your had me weak. Because at the Pride Parade, when they was on the float, Ashley did lean over to Kiana and was like, if you want to kiss a girl, I'm down. Okay, just letting you know. Kiana was like, okay. Hide your coochies, okay? Hide your coochie, hide your young sons, your old sons, and your daddy. Because they actually trying to smash everybody in these streets. Ain't nobody safe. On Watch What Happens Live, Ashley let us know that she thought Sharice already knew about them. Why, we ask? Because Ashley has been sneaking in that lady house to smash on that lady's son. Well, I thought that she would see us on her security cameras because, you know, I'm like, what? You have your own home. Where your children home? Were you leaving your children home? I guess the children ain't got nowhere else to go, huh? But still, it's just so trashy. It's so trashy. You leaving your kids at home with the nanny to go sneak in Sharice's house to smash on her son. But none of that matters because Ashley revealed to us that she's back with Josh anyway. Giselle asks if Kay moved back in because, you know, her and Greg said they moving back in. And she's like, yeah, well, not yet, but we're getting ready to. In the confessional, Giselle said, you know, she will never get the ring because she's lost her power. He's not going to take her serious. Yep, and everybody's trying to tell her that, and she's just not listening. Because I let you pay for my spot and we can just go back and forth until we don't. Until we don't. But the fact that she's starting all the way over with moving in with him, it's like, ugh. I get it. The streets look bleak. I wouldn't be in a rush to necessarily get back out there either. Especially now that you've been on TV. People gonna be trying to get with you just for clout, but Greg ain't it either. He's just not it, and we'll get there. We'll get there. We see Tia at home. She is planning to meet with her half sister. Apparently, the daddy cheated and had some outside kids, and now she is ready to accept said sister. I need to work on my storage and offload all my. I be saying I'm gonna make photo albums on Canva so I can take these pictures off my phone and actually have them somewhere, have them printed for people to see. 2026 resolution, y'all. We gonna get it done. So yes, we're back. I was worried about an alarm chiming in and interrupting. Whole time it was storage saying, "Baby, phone too full. Get it together." So Tia's at home, sister. Yeah. We also see Tia with her kids. They are updating their chore chart because she is tired of her house looking crazy. These kids just be eating snacks, leaving the wrappers around, and she's tired of it. I said, this is exactly why I don't want multiple kids. I already got one and a husband to be like, hey, we don't see these shoes on the floor. Let's put them where they go. Hey, did we just put that coat on the table? Let's just go hang it up. I couldn't imagine having 4 kids doing that around the house. Maybe I would lose it. I'd lose it. So let's go ahead and talk about Kiana and this humiliation kink that is her existence. My God. Like I said, they asked her at the little junk, the little thing, I can't remember, the ponies, if she was moving back in. So now she's moving back in. She said this is better than the last time because he's helping with the boxes. Y'all, that flashback was diabolical. He was sitting at that table while she bringing in her boxes, and he's like, oh, another box, huh? You just got a whole lot of boxes. Maybe I would have put the box back in my car and took my stuff back where I was going. So we see that her mom does not approve, but she grown, so she gonna do whatever it is she wanna do. He has a surprise for her, y'all. He put it in one of the moving boxes so that he can disguise it. She opens it up, pulls out a beautiful bouquet of red roses. I'm like, very nice. Okay, maybe we're in somewhere. Then she sees a Radcliffe bag and she goes crazy. That's the jewelry store that he went to with Angel and her mama to shop for rings. She's like, oh my gosh, I see Radcliffe bag. I go crazy. He's like, yeah, you go crazy, don't you? Yeah, you go crazy. Baby, off of that phrase alone, when I saw that it was a picture frame and not a ring, I would have bopped him in the head with that frame. Yeah, you go crazy, don't you? Because why is you playing with me like this on TV? Knowing that they're going to air you playing with me like this. It was just insane. She's thinking it's going to be a ring. Is there a ring in there? Oh, that's some pressure. Oh, that's some pressure. You get excited, don't you? I see Radcliffe, I get crazy. Yeah, you get excited, don't you? I would have had to fight that man. I really would have. It's a picture frame. And when I looked it up, Radcliffe don't even sell picture frames. So you put that in that Radcliffe bag to play with her? I had to bust him. And she's acting like she's okay with it. But the way she sounds so deflated when she went in that bag and it was a picture frame. Okay. She was so deflated. Took all the wind out of her sails, okay? Now they want to talk about the future. Well, she wants to talk about the future. She asks about the homes, since the house they currently living in is in his name and he's buying the condo for her, it's going to be in her name. Once they get married, are they going to add each other to each other's deeds? He's like, well, if you get married. She's like, no, if, when? He's like, when? So, maybe. She's like, no, not a date. When you get married. And he's like, yeah, when you get married. He does all this talking in circles to basically say, no, them homes gonna stay just like it is if we get married, like I said. And She says, oh, we ain't gonna be in this house a long time, no way. 5 years, 6 years? Girl, in the after show, Giselle tells us how she asked Greg, I think at the premiere party, when he was gonna propose. And basically he said that she want too much too quick. And I said that because you want, y'all got this new house. Y'all had that house built. So there's a mortgage there. You want him to buy the condo. Well, Jazzy forced him to buy the condo. That's a whole nother mortgage. And then Angel got him in this expensive store because Stacy's like, it might be cloudy compared to nothing. So now you better act like you're finna buy a ring or buy a ring. 2 mortgages, a ring, and a wedding. He can't afford all that. Most people can't. So that's not shots. There's just a lot going on at once. So he said she want too much too quick. But at the premiere, Giselle said, Greg, you got all this ice on your neck. Take some of that out your necklace and put it on her finger. He answered Giselle. The girls are not here for him because he need to get off the pot. Because he playing with that girl. He not gonna marry that girl. Wendy and these renovations are everything, okay? They did the whole first floor. Fireplace, bathroom, black toilet paper. I said, black toilet paper? My mama said, am I going to get a UTI using this? I said, right? It's concerning to me as well. And so then this little snack of a food that she had for everybody. I'm like, it's 10 people in this house. You got one little half bowl of rice and some plantain shell. I said, I guess. Maybe everybody wasn't hungry. So it looks great. The house looks great. We see the designer giving them the tour. Earlier, we see they talking about, we finished this, now what we're gonna do next, the pool or the basement? And they both agreed to do the pool. We see her call her dad, trying to forge a relationship. Her whole thing is if something happens and he passes away, she don't want to have that void that, dang, I could have talked to him, I could have did more, or whatever have ya. Right? So she's on the phone with him and she's like, I miss you. He gonna say, I miss you more. You miss me more, but you didn't even make yourself available when I came all the way to your country. I'm sorry. If I was Wendy, that alone would make me not want to have nothing to do with you. She said they went to Nigeria for what, 2 weeks or something like that, to go see the daddy, and the kids can go home or whatever, see where their roots are. And this man ghosted her when she got out there. Baby, you wouldn't have to hear from me ever again if you ghosted me after I done came clean across the country. I mean, clean across the world. Not even the country, clean across the world. Baby, I would have a drink on your death day. Like, playing in my face like that. He tells her it ain't no use in crying over spilled milk. But he's on the phone acting like he's open to now having a relationship. And, is he? He talks to Eddie. He sees Eddie. I said, yeah, okay, all right. Wendy mama come over later, looking crazy with that skin bleach and that bad makeup and them wigs, her and Ivy. Them wigs all askew. Before they walk in, Wendy is like, she asked the daughter, how you going to greet your grandma? You going to greet them? What you going to say to greet them? She said, nothing. You can tell that baby know that they be. As the grandma talks smack around the kids. Kids don't like all that mess. So you can tell that baby be like, oh, grandma coming over. It don't give, I be excited to see my grandma. So this scene got so crazy, y'all. She's showing them the renovations. She's nervous because she made some different decisions than what her mom would. Baby, you have to grow up. This need for approval is insane. I don't know. I hope she's okay because she doesn't like waterfall countertops, and I got a waterfall countertop. Girl, I get it though. people have different relationships and isms with their parents, and it just be different. They get to talking, and she tells them about the call with her dad, and her mom exploded, calling him a sperm donor, going off about how he abandoned them. And Wendy's like, that's not fair. Y'all were married. She like, girl, shut that up. Wendy's like, hold on. She tells the kid, take your siblings upstairs, okay? And Wendy's mama is still over there hollering and stuff. And she's like, you hold on, you go upstairs. Wendy mama loses it, okay? Because she feel like Wendy is pointing at her like, pointing at her like in a disrespectful way. So she starts going off. My goodness, y'all. She get up, she about to leave. Don't you piss me off more. I don't want to talk about him. I went to work 4 jobs to get you guys through school, and now you want to talk about him after he abandoned me? And Wendy's like, listen, that's fine, but can we not do this in front of the kids? The sister like, oh, you're trying to protect him from the kids? He's never even met them. That don't mean we gotta hear grandma talking crazy about anybody. I don't care if it's the mailman. The kids don't need to be in the room while you going on carrying on in this manner. And so the mama starts crying, and Wendy tells her she's looking for a moment. The mama says, don't call me an idiot. I said, wait, what? When did she call you an idiot? She's like, shut the F up. It was just crazy. Eddie comes over because it's getting way too heated. They say, yeah, bring Eddie out. Bring Eddie out. Bring Eddie out. I said, not bring Eddie out. Eddie's like, all right, everybody let's take a beat. Your wife is out of control. Everybody calm down. Everybody let's take a beat. Wendy's crying. Eddie's wiping her tears. Her mom and her sister leave. She's distraught. She was like, they didn't want to get the F out of my house. So you want us to get the F out your house? Yes. I want you to get out of my house. She's telling Eddie, you see how they left me together? And this is why I want a relationship with my daddy. Okay? Because right now, they always ganging up on me. And if I had somebody to vent with, she just wants to know what the relationship with her dad would even be like. This one scene explains Wendy so perfectly. She needs approval so badly. Like, we already knew that, but seeing it to this extent was kind of crazy. So Carlos King and Sharice, y'all. She wished that they would have showed the whole scene on the lunch scene where Ashley told about kissing the son. She said it was a good time, and they don't like to show real storylines, and they like to keep up with mess and lying. And she tried to bring some real stuff to the show, and they rejected it, but they like to keep up all this mess. She says that Ashley lied so much and been lying for so long, she thought that Ashley was just saying this for a storyline. She didn't necessarily think it was true, and that's why she ain't have no reaction. Right. She said she's still not really trying to believe it. And essentially she brought him to the 4th of July event to bust Ashley out. To be like, here he go, Ashley, say it in front of him. Say what happened in front of him. And so she said she also brought him on because why not? It was a family event. She was going to be there anyway. And he wants to be a model, so it was exposure. And Ashley's a hottie. He's grown, I mean, if they want to do things, that's them. But, it's just, I just think it's so trashy. Ashley's disgusting. Now you care? Now you care. I suppose. She was mad that Ashley was talking about sneaking up in the house. I said, yeah, because that's just very low class and scandalous, girl. You about 40 years old sneaking in your friend's house to smash her son. Ugh. mean, have you no morals? At least a background dancer. At least security can get you backstage. She don't love herself. If you know what movie that's from, put it in the comments. She don't love herself. She says that her son is 25 and she not mad at him for being out here in them streets because when she was 25, she was dating her ex-husband while he was trying to get out of his first marriage, okay? And he already had 2 kids in that marriage and 2 kids outside that marriage. I said, oh, she was Jersey Jackson. That's crazy. She says that what you expect would Ashley have been in open marriage with Michael? She straight up said that Ashley and Giselle be in the lab cooking up stories. I said, thank you. Somebody please say it again. Because people forgot it from many years ago when it was last really said on the show. She said she didn't realize how fake the girls were until she was hanging out with Cynthia for Cynthia's 50th birthday in Atlanta, RHOA. And she was with them during some filmed events, during some non-filmed events. She was just like, everybody's the same on and off camera. So whereas over here on my show, everybody fake, everybody different, everybody is action when the cameras come on. She said she tried to bring real life to the show. They declined it. She's over them just going at Stacey all the time. And I said, but you did it too. You joined in on that. What? She said this Potomac was supposed to be the Black Beverly Hills, but every time she turned around, they eating out of aluminum pans and plates. I screamed. Because she's right. She's so right. All of their events, well, not all of them, but a good bit of their events be looking so low budget. It's like y'all don't even get the good plastic plates that look like it could be like the decoratives. Like, yeah. Well, yeah, we did. She keeps alluding to one person on this cast is responsible for her downfall as it's related to this show. She kind of says that it's Giselle in so many ways because she said that Giselle always uses her name to carry through a beef. With Sharice told me that Monique was sleeping with a trainer. Oh, Stacey, Sharice told us this, and it was some story outside of what we saw of her and Stacey falling out, and that's why they were in bad bad blood by the time the show came out. And I'm just like, so you're admitting that you let the girls come between you and Stacey, although y'all have been friends for years? Sharice claims that she's not trying to get back on the show, but the desperation begs to differ. Because you can't tell me that these are the only girls out there that you can hang with, that you know that you had fun with. It can't be. It can't be. So, yeah, you still want to show up and get a check if you can. Because these fashions looking like you don't want to spend the bag too much. These fashions sometimes they be lacking. So she said they've been trying to ice her out since day one. I said, I believe it, but it's all the more reason to be like, why are you still around these girls? They pitched the show and filmed the pilot as the Jack and Jill type of show. And we heard about that from the Brooke Ashley earlier this season, last season, or something like that. So she's not in Jack and Jill. So she knew that would be a way of them trying to push her out. But she's the glue for the cast. She casted most of the girls. They used her house as the first season photo shoot. She basically casted everybody except Ashley, I believe. She said that Ashley was trying out for another show. Ashley wanted to do Blood, Sweat, and Heels. And they were like, now we're going to put you on Potomac. Whose decision was that? What was the conversation in the room for that? And I never watched Blood, Sweat, and Heels, so maybe even though she was probably closer in age to those ladies, maybe the personality was a little different. Was it like some young chicks that was going to bop Ashley in the face, and that's why they put her on Potomac with the old ladies? Maybe that's what it is. When they came up with calling Karen the Grand Dame, it was to dim Sharice's light. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely remember that. But of course, it just kind of grew legs of its own and just became Karen's whole personality. But you could tell that it was shots at Sharice, because they would go back and forth for being like, well, Karen has this, well, Sharice doesn't have this, well, Sharice has this, and Karen's trying to get it. Like, it was just always some back and forth with who's the queen bee, Sharice or Karen. But she said the show is still her baby, and that's why she wants it to do great with or without her. She said she was even willing to put on events and let people say it's their event. I said, Sharice said, no more aluminum pans. No more styrofoam plates. Screaming, y'all. Screaming. But I believe it, because they be having the most low budget potlucks, and it be killing me. It just be so like, wow, this the best y'all could do? Okay. But yeah, that's really it. I promise I ain't know this was gonna be this long. I guess with the Carlos King and Sharice stuff, it was like another 15 minutes longer than initially what it would have been. But that's it, y'all. I did this on my lunch break since I'm working from home, so I don't know what I'm finna eat. I don't know what I'm finna eat. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope, it get a, I hope it do get a little traction, even though it's so late. 2026, the new year is here. I'm gonna, take my vitamins. I'm gonna make sure I got energy. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna eat my kale. We've been slacking on the smoothies. We've been slacking on the green smoothies. I'm gonna get back into my green smoothies because my energy be. But it's also the darkness, the seasonal of it all. I don't really get seasonal depression, but the seasonal just sleepy because it's so dark. We'll work on it though. What you gotta take? Some extra vitamin D. My doctor did give me like the super pills. I gotta take it once a week. We gonna work on it, y'all. Until next time. Bye-bye.